Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Raghu. Next, I'd like to call on the host on stage, ladies and gentlemen. I think you all feel that it's donated a lot to us, but I think that's the reason why we're able to pull off each and every year with such meetings. Just so you know, but other than that, I want to call Pradyumna Vyas, one of those to participate with you, sir. When we started as
सेंटर सोफे पे बैठा करो
I remember Pradyumna sir gave all his inputs and since then
बाजू बैठ जाऊँ सर के बाजू
we've shaped
वो
this
सेंटर
particular
सोफा
better.
नहीं सर बैठे हुए बाजू
हाँ हाँ बैठ जा बैठ जा
रुको वो ट्राइपॉड में हमारे आ रहा है बैठे
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to call Anupam Tomar's son, Anupam Tomarji, to kindly welcome none other than Satish Ji, Vice President of Science, Thailand, Ashok Leyland. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, both of you. And I'd like to call KK sir, KK sir. What's up, KK sir? To kindly welcome, I think, advertising और काफी हद तक general to guiding light रहे हैं बहुत सारे लोगों के अहमदाबाद में. None other than Dr. Parekh sir, who's right now the advisor for Zydus Catalan Healthcare Group. Ladies and gentlemen, to you, sir. Welcome to you, sir. And I'd like to call Inaugration ma'am, Inaugration ma'am. Please, welcome. Number of Manisha ma'am. Manisha ma'am, thank you for the stage and welcome Mr. Vincent Show, former chair of product design and global strategist, College of Creative Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, very nice to get Mr. Vincent Show. Thank you. Allow me to invite Arun Gupta sir on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Arun sir came earlier. Kids Cluster Cartoon Network for Discovery Kids. Discovery, ladies and gentlemen. It's a master. Ladies and gentlemen, Karan sir, और उनका introduction सिर्फ दो ही शब्दों में है. It says font designer. More you will understand when we take the session and talk about it. So.
कोई देख तो रहा है
Thank you very much. And once again, as I take you through 3 days of Ahmedabad Design Week, and before we go ahead, one more time, you look on the website. You all are aware of the lovely sessions and workshops taking place. Please come in huge numbers and make use of all these experts and many more who are not a part of the inaugural. My name is Vicky Das. I'm a stand-up comedy storyteller and the director of the Fredawati Center for Experiential and Immersive Learning. And without further delay, I'd now like to call our President, Shri Videsh Maharaj sir, to kindly deliver the welcome address. Videsh sir. Yes, sir. Didn't they? Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. The reason why I am going on the ground is to make India so.
Thank you. Good morning. Morning. Very welcome to Dr. Rajgopal and General Sir, Mr. Pradyuman Vyas, Mr. Sandhya Sivanji, Mr. Sunil Parekh, Mr. One Kenso Jivo, sorry, Mr. Uttam Kasingi, Mr. Karan, very, very appreciative and being here with us, with our students for this fifth session of ADF. But बहुत ज़्यादा बात नहीं करूँगा because there are such great personalities on this stage and I will not want to kill a lot of their time. But there are few thoughts which I have come here with and I want you guys to take away such thoughts with you because ये बहुत जरूरी चीज है that we have to all think about. Means as a university हमारा काम क्या होता है? हमारा काम होता है देखना that you have come into the institution in 2021, 22, 26. So you're going to pass out in 26, 27, 28. हमारा काम होता है देखना कि 5 साल बाद आपकी क्या जॉब प्रोफाइल है, आपका क्या किराया है, आपका क्या सेट is not going to have with your peers, with students from other universities. But the competition which is going to come from here. So as a design student or as a design university which specializes in creative education, we can do a lot of thought trying to think. So as a university हम क्या करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं? पहले बोलते हैं कि पहले अच्छा इंसान बनाने की कोशिश। दूसरा कोशिश करते हैं कि before you become a product designer, before you become a video designer, or before you become a fashion designer, we try to make you a designer. That is how our entire foundation course is structured. I know a lot of you have been asking questions. कि material workshop whether you करा रहे हैं साथ craft related, कि how is it useful to a visual communication? How is it useful fashion design? Because this entire thing has been separated to make sure that you are exposed and you are made designer first before you become a domain specific designer. दूसरा challenge जो आज हम लोगों को लगता है that you all are going to face or we are going to face is the shift that is happening in the education world. Even in the last session we have discussed that how education-based system is moving towards skill-based system. हमारी चिंता ये रहती है कि हम कैसे वो टीचर्स को स्थापित करते हैं। What are the skills which are relevant that cannot be overtaken by AI in these areas? So this is the food for thought that I want to leave behind with you. That it is very important that you skill yourself, and that is how you are preparing yourself for the next 10 years by establishing more and more workshops where the entire education that we are planning for the next 10 years is going to be completely skill-based. So when you go out, you will at least require 5-6 skills, which will make you very competitive in the year to come. I'll leave it here, and all the best for the event in the next few years. So thank you very much, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ritesh sir. I'd now like to invite Dr. Karan Segrohira, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge, huge round of applause. Font designer, typography educator. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Karan Segrohira. Kindly grace us with a few words. We can clap till he reaches God.
seeing the many the type of the air that they are like this, and all students is like a home, welcome to all, and I am also just like a chief from the team board. तो यहाँ पर जितना भी आपका क्राउड है, स्टूडेंट है, टीचर है, वो यहाँ से कोऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, ये सब एक होल फैमिली है। इस फैमिली में अगर आपको टाइपोग्राफी का फुल थोड़ा सा भी नॉलेज है तो देखो हम सब उसी के एक पार्ट है, कहीं ना कहीं कोई थिन है, कोई बोल्ड है, कोई हैवी है, कोई लाइट है, तो अपने आप से उसका लिंक है। और विदाउट टाइपोग्राफी यू आर ए ब्लाइंड। टाइपोग्राफी यू आर फर्स्ट द लर्निंग लेटर ए writing with pencil or pen, and after letter your Gaussian without typography is impossible. So typography is the most important part of your life, your study and your journey. Without typography, just like you are a blind, your design is a blind. So typography is the most important part of your design, and typeface and font just a different part of your the visual design. अगर आप कहीं बाहर चले जाए या किसी न्यूज़पेपर में आप तो टाइपोग्राफी को निकाल दो तो क्या बचेगा? टाइपफेस एंड टेक्स्ट उसको निकाल दो, आपके सामने सिर्फ कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स ही होंगे, तो वो एक ब्लैंक पेज हो जाता है। तो इसी टाइप से आपकी लाइफ में से टाइपोग्राफी निकाल दो तो यू आर टाइपोग्राफी का जो कितना इम्पोर्टेंस है आपके डिजाइन फील्ड में, मैं तो कहता हूँ कि हर फील्ड में, चाहे वो आपकी इंजीनियरिंग फील्ड है या आपकी डॉक्टरी लाइन है, कि टाइपोग्राफी के बगैर आपका सर्वाइव करना मुश्किल है। आप कर ही नहीं सकते।
5 मिनट
अगर आपको
5 मिनट
कहीं कोई सिंबल लिखा हुआ ना हो तो आप so these are typography के बगैर सर्वाइव करना स्टार्टिंग से लेकर एंड तक your last point of the here you can write the signature in take of the part of the typography. So typography is the most important of your life, your design and your business. You can sign on the check. These are the part of the typography. So thank you for the turn of university. So I honor to the Ahmedabad 35 years specialization in the typography and typeface. I have also developed in the Gujarati typeface, Malayalam, Telugu, and all in the language field. So language is no barrier in your typography. Language is no barrier in your design. गुजराती में पढ़ सकता हूँ, उसका डिजाइन कॉन्सेप्ट चल रहा है। तो आपका कॉन्सेप्ट करने वाला टाइपोग्राफी में आपका डिजाइन के अंदर दो बार नीचे बढ़ती अगर कुछ कम्युनिकेशन, अगर नीचे बढ़ती अच्छी है तो कम्युनिकेशन अपने आप ही परफेक्ट होगा। और आपका जो डिजाइन है उसकी वॉइस है टाइपोग्राफी। अगर आपके डिजाइन के टाइपोग्राफी में नीचे बढ़ नहीं है तो दिस द ब्लाइंड। आप अपना सीवी को टाइप करते हैं, यहाँ से बाहर निकलने के बाद आप किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट में जाते हैं तो सबसे पहले वहाँ आपकी टाइपोग्राफी की प्रेजेंटेशन होती है। आपका जो प्रोजेक्ट है विजुअल के साथ में टाइपफेस का मैचिंग कितना अच्छा है। जिस छोटे छोटे सेल में आपके ऊपर इनका बहुत असर होता है, क्योंकि टाइपोग्राफी की कम्युनिकेशन किसको हो रहा है, आपका कोई एड है न्यूज़पेपर में तो कम्युनिकेशन फोटोग्राफी के थ्रू होगा, वो आपके प्रोसेस है। तो अगर वॉइस अच्छी नहीं है या वीडियोग्राफी अच्छी नहीं है या उसका मैच अच्छा नहीं है या उसके अंदर फंडामेंटल्स नहीं है, तो आपका कम्युनिकेशन वहीं वीक हो जाता है। आपका जो गोल है आप उसको अचीव नहीं कर सकते। तो ये सभी स्टूडेंट आपके सामने लैंग्वेज कोई बैरियर नहीं है जहाँ पर, क्योंकि कोई साउथ से आया है, कोई नॉर्थ से, कहीं से भी। मैंने पहले कहा कि लैंग्वेज नो बैरियर, जितना हो सकता। मैं तो गुजराती भी आई है, सारी इंडियन लैंग्वेज पे मैंने काम किया है। मैं साउथ में भी जाता हूँ, वहाँ पर भी बच्चों को वैसे बात करता हूँ, लेकिन लैंग्वेज का कोई बैरियर ही नहीं होता, क्योंकि जो आप स्टूडेंट के सामने कम्युनिकेट करना चाह रहे हैं उसका कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर करना चाहिए। आपका स्टूडेंट के साथ में एक लिंक बनना चाहिए, एक इंटरनल लिंक बनना। स्टूडेंट अपने आप ही सीखना शुरू कर देंगे, उसका इंटरेस्ट हमें देखना है, उसको इम्पोर्टेंस बताना है, टाइपोग्राफी का डिजाइन, आपके डिजाइन में उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस लिखना है। अगर आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट से टाइपोग्राफी निकाल दो तो ओनली 20% विजुअल आपको मिलता है। तो टाइपोग्राफी इज द 80% पार्ट ऑफ योर प्रोजेक्ट। सो थैंक यू ऑल फॉर द ग्राउंड यूनिवर्सिटी गिविंग me the honor, and thanks to all students and teachers and my also. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Karan. Ladies and gentlemen, I now like to call Mr. Uttam Pal Singh Hen, Cluster, Cartoon Network, Pogo Discovery Kids, and Warner Brothers Discovery. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the creative vision behind the rise of Discovery Kids, and also the one main man responsible for the award-winning series Little Singer and Folklore Boys on Discovery Kids. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please let's welcome Uttam Pal Singh sir.
Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. That's great. Thank you, Ahmedabad University. I'm having a very big speech here. It's just overwhelming to me. Thank you for inviting me to campus to be part of this moment. At this moment, I'm meeting my friends, I'm meeting ex-colleagues, I'm meeting my gurus over here. I'm meeting my gurus. I'm connecting everybody from me, deputies. So this is really wonderful, and thank you, Vinayshi and everyone. So while speaking to Sunil Sabatovi, and then just started to mention what is it, and when you really find a spark. And since we are at this moment, I guess everybody over here and all of us are looking for that spark, that moment. And it didn't come to me right at the beginning while I was still studying. And I was still trying to figure it out from a small town. The two options, engineering or medical, there was not an option for design, or maybe there's not even a word designing a vocabulary in the time. So the closest I could figure out was architecture. And I joined architecture. I was fair enough good enough student. I could have been a great architect too, or whatever, so architect. But I think when I finished the course, I realized that I wasn't really connected. Because I was still missing something. There was a piece of music telling me there's something which is missing, and maybe this is not what I meant. And then I applied for writing. I want to. And while I spent years in architecture, or design, so you learn something and you don't know it. It's easy to say, but years have passed, and then still have to inside you have this feeling that time is running out. But I think those decisions were very crucial and critical, and it really helped me realize that I would rather feel happy inside me, connected with what I'm really doing, than be sorry or something which I am forced to join. So that was a moment when I realized short film, I was still a student at NIT, and it made me realize the potential inside me. So I would leave you guys with this thought, when you find a true thing, you have to stick to it, you have to nurture it. And because that is the energy which will keep driving you for years to come. And I hope you guys find your spark, all the best, and have a great day, and look forward to you later in the evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, I'm next to call Mr. Vincent Joe. I'm sorry if I got the pronunciation wrong, but I have to say proper nouns. So, ladies and gentlemen, former chairperson of Product Design, Global Strategies College of Creative Studies. And we better let's for Mr. Vincent.
Oh yes, good morning. Good morning. I'm the Chancellor. It is such a big honor to be here at the opening ceremony of Ahmedabad Design Week 5.0. That means it's the first edition. So, it's a big honor, and I worked in education before I was a professional and moved to education, and since 4 decades I'm promoting design worldwide. And at CCS we are seeing an increasing number of Indian students coming, and we know what's also in the business, what's happening, how many Indian CEO are, how many Indians are the CEO of the most important corporation worldwide. So for us, it's very important to understand, and this time I'm traveling with my colleague Maria Sarossi, and we are traveling all around India to learn, to visit the science school and the science fair to understand what is happening behind the scenes of this great movement that at this point, after a few days here, after we are half of our trip, we can say that we are really perceiving the renaissance of Indian design and Indian design. Of course, I don't use this word too often because coming from Firenze, Italy, we know what renaissance is. But here, what we perceive is something similar. It's amazing. And young people, the whole advantage that India had to be leading country, design country around the world. So, very pleased to be here, and also the subject of this conference, Inviable. So that it's a combination of Indian character, creativity, or identity. And to see so many students, so many professionals here is a good sign that you are going in the right direction. So in the next days you will hear incredible lectures, you will participate in workshop, and this is extremely important for everybody to understand more what design is, what design can be, the great potential of design to work for a better future for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the next speaker. I'd like to call Dr. Sudhir Parekh, sir, advisor, Zydus Canada Healthcare Group. So he also has done some phenomenal work, and his entire description and speeches is too long, but all I can say is for a lot of us, Sudhir sir has been the one person to go to when you want to do anything to do with startups, to do with branding, advertising, and so many other things. Also, someone who's been very active in the World Economic Forum as well. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause, and please welcome one more time Dr. Sudhir Parekh, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Every time I come to the Calgary University, I go back with renewed energy in my life. Seriously, and it's thanks to all of you. I come from the world of business, Dr. Janamar. So the picture that I'm going to paint in front of you is where is India? Where is India heading? And what's the potential for design? India today is about $3.5 billion economy. We are expecting it to go to $5 billion by 2027 and $32 billion by 2047, making it the third largest economy in the world, in not in GDP terms, but in absolute terms. The growth is shaping up on the basis of 5 pillars, and these are: the first is government expenditure that is taking place on a very large scale for infrastructure and on social development, including healthcare, education and housing. The second pillar of economic development is our exports. The third is private investments that are coming in from corporates. The fourth is the foreign direct investment that is coming to India, both for marketing in India and making products taken back abroad. And the fifth, which is the very big one, is domestic consumption, which alone accounts for over 60% of the total GDP of India. This is a powerful driver of our economy, and unlike in China, which is dominated by investments, Indian economy is dominated by domestic consumption. And as we rise in the economic ladder in the world, from having been the 10th largest in 2014 to the 5th largest in 2024, and to be soon the 3rd largest after USA and China by 2030, design is going to play a major role, because it's $32 billion and we take 60% of it. Then it's almost $18 to $20 billion worth of domestic goods which have to be designed, which are not being designed today, are going to enter into the market to fill the voids and the changing patterns. Do we even realize today that every year in India we are adding $400 billion to the GDP, which was in fact the size of our total GDP just 15 years? So when you suddenly see that the infrastructure like roads and transport, you find everything is getting crowded very, very quickly. Domestic consumption will continue to be large, especially when it comes to the 6 or 7 major sectors. The big ones are the new foods and beverages. The second is the fashion, shoes, cosmetics, jewelry. The third largest is travel and experiential tourism services, which includes, we have today here Mr. Satya Salim from Leyland, and he's going to tell us about how transportation is going to change. We have housing and real estate designs. Most of our houses in India continue to be grabbed and the same way. When you go abroad, you find houses and even bus stations and places where bus stops are there are so beautifully designed that it makes the city very attractive, an aeroplane very attractive, and every new house very attractive. And this isn't happening in India the way it should be. Communication services also will need a lot of new designs. We are entering 5G and we are now going to have indigenous 6G. We have new emails and chat GPT. We have talked about phones. We have mobiles and embedded chips. And we have Dr. Royala here today who has actually talked about this earlier. Entertainment including movies, and we have Mr. Pal Singh giving us a picture of what are the new formats, how do we co-create music synthesis, use of colors and designs, and sounds and feeling, animation, AR, VR, immersion in the meta-universe, visual and virtual experiences. Each of these areas is going to explode as we go forth year on year. Healthcare, as an industry where I come from, is also going fundamental changes in terms of the kind of designs that are required for both in diagnostics and delivery of services. Education, teaching, learning, new tools for cooperation online, in joint efforts are all being seamlessly integrated between online and offline. In short, our country is actually firing on all cylinders, and it needs new ideas, bold thinking, awesome innovations, new designs, new experiences. All these using the 30-odd technologies that are underpinning this evolution of our time today. The big point I am making to you is that for each of you to do something new, the secret of success is being created. And there is a market for trying new products that didn't exist in India 20 years ago because we were extremely conservative. Today people have begun to experiment, even in B2C products, new things, just because of it. So what does this mean for each one of you? My suggestion to all of you is that take time to find out what really excites you
as in the area of your long-term interest. Look at the opportunities emerging in that particular area and look at these 30 odd technologies that are commercially available and start developing creative solutions and making a difference in something that is innovative and new. In short, use design to lead a rich life, a satisfying life, and also one from where you can make tons of money by either selling your idea or pursuing it in your own style. I will conclude with a thought that I find so comprehensive and so inspiring. I was involved in the shaping of the first design policy of India at NIT with the then director of NIT, Dr. Koshi, who, Pradyumna, if you recall, I was not sitting too far away from you when all this work was going on between Setu and myself. And what we found there was that there is a direct correlation between the accelerated economic development in the country and the presence of level of design in that country. And this is something that we learned, and this is what shaped the policy when Mr. Kamal Nath was the minister in the Ministry of Industry, and the first this policy was designed. The second thing that we learned during the research that we did for the policy was when countries depend on local raw materials, cheap electricity and a lot of labor, they reach a certain stage of economic development and then they fall into what is called the middle income trap, where you cannot rise to the next level because there is absence of design, there is absence of innovation, and there is absence of a layer of knowledge. And design again was recognized as a very important element in helping to make sure that we don't fall into this trap. I genuinely believe that the real scope of design is as important as technology and management in providing the competitiveness for manufacturing and industry, the efficiency and rise of productivity in businesses that leads us all to an accelerated economic progress. Good design cuts costs, improves functionality, creates a desire to purchase and possess, and permits technology to be translated into successful products that have a great consumer appeal. Thus, together with good technology management and design is a determinant of economic progress of a society, in fact of a nation. I have enjoyed coming to NIT every time I come to AU, every time because I get energy. And this kind of an interaction is only possible and is something that we really covet and we are able to meet so many people from industry that give you a glimpse of what is outside and what awaits you after you leave the institution. Not many institutions do this on the scale that Karnataka University does. And I really want to congratulate AU for their efforts and continuously changing new ideas and new formats to bring this to you. Thank you, Ritesh. Thank you, Mr. K.K. Singh, Colonel Bose, Manisha Madam, and Shivan and other team members who really have made this something very memorable. I wish you all well as you share 3 delightful days of this wonderful festival of ideas, the Ahmedabad Design Week starting today. Best wishes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pai. Ladies and gentlemen, I now like to call Mr. Satyashivan Ji, Vice President, Design Styling, Ashok Leyland, Industrial Designer, Design Thinker, Mentor and Writer. He's into a lot of cars, trucks, buses and even 3-wheelers. A watercolor artist whose primary focus right now is flowers and leaves. Is it still flowers and leaves because LinkedIn gives old stuff? So ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to what none other than Mr. Satyashivan Ji has to say. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome aside. We have the
Thank you, my dear friends. It's always a pleasure to pick up the game and see and those such an eminent person like Mr. Children. It's wonderful opportunity. Today, and of course, it's a wonderful institute. Yeah, so transportation design. Basically, today, China is surpassing America just because of this automotive. When you look at automotive design, it's cross-functional, cross-cultural. So if you call fashion design, you need color, things like that. If you have product design, so the interior is enormous amount of products. You don't have a package system, so when we talk about graphic design, that's icons, faces, if you're not confused with so much of options, and tools, graphic design is right. So it's like, think about a flute, right? So every hole in a flute is very important. You can't say it's a flute, I will remove one hole there. And if you increase the diameters, you go to another scale. Right? The flow, the finger, the diameter, the material, there are three parts is important to make it float. Design, particularly transportation design, is like that. You have to concern all the constituents at a time. You can't say this person, this person. But what I want to say here is this paradigm shift. For the past 100+ years, the form of car doesn't undergo any change. You have a firewall, you have an engine component, you have two boxes, there are seats, and you have some electricity. There is no change. You play with forms, buses, trucks. Today there is an opportunity. We are waiting in a juncture where the technological, the powertrain is going to affect the entire system of transportation. And for example, your battery and drive, everything is going to be in the wheels. At the same time, there are key impacts for the students. I'm saying, I don't believe in demarcating product design and transportation design or graphic design or something like that. You must be doing Ahmedabad, right? So he's the one who did the president's Air Force One. At the same time, he designed the shell graphic design of Coca-Cola icons, and he has done a Matchbox cover. He says he was very busy in 1940s and 50s in America and all the way. He says design is kind of getting more patience. I also follow. And number two, if you see product design, it's a product of industrial revolution. Industrial revolution is a concept of personal stuff. I agree. But the industrial revolution is very inventive. If you go to the roots, the launch pad for industrial revolution is in the art movement or the business art movement. For you to understand, the artists were trying to make a portrait or a landscape so accurate to the nature, so accurate, they were debating like Caravaggio or Michelangelo and all these people have a unlimited competition to a replica of the nature. Finally, what they invented the product of camera. That there is no linear perspective on it. The perspective phenomenon is discovered, and that's how all the discoveries in terms of machines, camera, film, everything is a byproduct of Renaissance art movement. But when you look at media, how the art field and engineering and design, these three are disconnected. Probably we can have to connect these three dots to develop a literally inventive society to the next level. Of course, there is a need today. I am requesting the young children or young design whatever you call it, get the Indian people's heart. We have I mean, North, East, West, South, everywhere they have culture. You have to make it as a base or fundamental pillars for your invention. That is where we are going to capture it. For example, before I finish this, in 2022, the product called TV alone is 1.2 trillion rupees. Billion, trillion. What do you think of a market share of Indian company? Consider India. It's okay for Sri Lanka, it's okay for Singapore, because the city itself is very small. But look at Korea, it's a 2/3 of Tamil state in India. The area of the entire South Korean country is a 2/3 of the state. And we have hundreds of engineering colleges from IITs and so on and so on. There is nobody today in India who can make an LCD panel. And 240 billion households. Brand out and out, which is getting, it's huge, right? Think about it. So the problem is the technology, we integrated technology on how to supervision or something? And are we lacking in terms of art and heritage because of the, ancient art, architecture? Are we integrated in innovation and creativity? Not. The problem is all the three are not connected. One day they have to be connected. Because in my time, when I was there, the cars were selling thousands in a month. Today, the cars are selling in lakhs in a month. In November alone, 2 lakh 47,000 numbers particularly, cars are sold. At the same time, we are in the juncture, the change of three impacts. Number one, air impact, the data science. Number two, the manufacturing. Here, after the micro manufacturing is going to ease your hands of making customized items. Small micro management. And third is the process. The 3D printing, whatever you call it. The next level, additive manufacturing is going to be easy. So, enormous amount of opportunity, and we have to give away the ecological shift for the people. Because I am eating curd rice, which is diluted. I can't eat curd rice with a fork, which is in Western concept. Similarly, I can't eat that with a chopstick, which is an Eastern concept. India has to be geared to do something for ours, for the needs of the Indian customer in an ecological, social, cultural environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shiva sir, to also I can underscore the importance of the existing technology and designs around it. I'd now like to invite none other than President-elect World Design Organization, the design leader, and someone as I'm repeating again and again, who's been one of the primary reasons why I think we have been seeing a consistent upgrading of Ahmedabad design. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together and we welcome Mr. Pradeep sir. Pradeep sir is currently Senior Advisor for Design Promotion and Innovation at the Confederation of Indian Industry. He also was former Director of the National Institute of Design. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Pradeep sir.
Very good morning. I don't see Ritesh, Honorable Boss. Thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to be here, coming and interacting with young students. Dr. Chidambaram, dignitaries from dais, off dais, faculty members, and students. What a coincidence! What a coincidence that it is Ahmedabad Design Week AW. ADW 5.0, and I thought I should talk about 5.0. Design education started in second industrial revolution when the electric power was available. To be precise, 100 years ago, 1919, though CC is older than that, but 1919, Baba's I mentioned about it, and the definition of design was that how to make product services systems user-friendly or consumer-centric. Lot has gone into this 100 years, and we moved on from industry 2.0 to 3.0, 3.0 to 4.0, and when 4.0 came, the digital fusion of technologies, physical, digital, biological, all boundaries started merging in. So design has started thinking in another direction of digital design and how we get into it. So industrial design also become more focused in user-centric design, user experience and all those in the digital space. But you know the definition, the way it has gone, because I know that we are going to be 5 trillion economy. I know that India is going to be a big market. I know there is going to be a major opportunity for the creative industry. But at the same time, I think we need to flag some important points where the technology is changing every day. The biocycle and technology cycle are not in mismatch. The way technology is moving forward, they are not able to absorb that what is going to really happen in future if you just follow the technology. And there the design plays a very important role, that the definition of design is that contextual use of technology is design. The context always becomes very, very powerful. And this consumer-centric economy which is started with, so the planet Earth was the provider and the human beings are the consumers. And this consumption-centric economy has led to a major environmental issues which we are facing, and I think designers need to really look into it, and that's why the Society 5.0, which is being coined by Japan, and Industry 4.0, which is focusing first to people. Technology comes second, but people, environment is first, which we need to really look into. Otherwise, people will say that we have to take care of planet. Planet was there before us, planet is going to be after us, we will not be there. So I think we have to synchronize. Now this synchronizing with the planetary system, I want to touch upon. Like all who are part of this planetary system, human beings, they disengage themselves with their knowledge and we de-link ourselves with the planet. And de-link meaning, just to give you an example, that we were drinking water from the river, the bottled water came in between and we started throwing water into the river. That is the de-linking which we are actually doing it. And this is, if we talk about that the cities, the way they are going, because the opportunities are coming in, if you can't breathe the fresh air, somewhere I think we are questioning that how this whole development which we are talking about and how we need to really create a human and environment-centric approach, that certainly we need to create. So consumership to user, usership to human, and human also has shifted to humanity. That whatever we do, I think we need to really look into the entire system and not just in isolation of the development of the people, but development or sustainability of the planet, which in general we need to look at. So I represent World Design Organization, and it was set up in 1957, and the digital design that we are doing about. The cultural design, it has been spoken about, because we have such a strong heritage culture, and here in Ahmedabad Design Week, I would certainly like to tell that Gujarat is such a rich state in its culture and tradition and folklore and everything. I would certainly like to see that the animators are making the animation films on the tribal folklores. They are taking out the caricatures which is already happening from these tribal stories. Those are the original things which we can really look into and take it forward. So the culture is that there is so much of spark is there for designers. I think we need to really bring in, and that's why I very strongly recommend that we need to set up Ahmedabad Design Lab, and it will be good if Sunil can convince a company to support the Ahmedabad Design Week in Karnataka from Zydus, so at least the students can go up the line projects of the city to see that how we have a best management system or transportation system or on the digital systems for the city and the citizens of this country, this city. Healthcare, as I mentioned, low cost product designers and low cost healthcare equipments are made which can really turn around a good healthcare of the people. And there are models, there are such beautiful models have been developed in this country, which you find, which are very system centric. In Tamil Nadu, some of the villages in Bihar also, they started training the girls in the villages to go house to house and check the eyesight of the people, just checking eyesight of the people. So before the things go worse, they can identify what the health problems are there, and they can report it to internet, and problems can be solved. Such are the responsibility to look into design. I think engineering colleges, and yesterday I was talking to the governments, good governance required the designing. And it is better that we all doctors, all need to know what is the systems thinking and what is critical thinking and how in education we can bring in, and you guys will have a major what you call suggestions in that area. Design policies which talked about 2007 it was announced. I am in WTO working on global design policy framework. Lot has gone into digital space and we are reworking on the design policy now. And I think all of you have to really look into that, how design policy can really impact the design profession. And I was pleasantly surprised this time that one of the tender, they said that if you have India design mark, then you can apply for the tender. My God, this whole thing can change. That if you have India design mark in your product, then only you can apply with all industry to go to designers and ask them to improvise their product so they can apply for the government consumption, and government is a big time for all the people. Entrepreneurship, we set up the what you call first design incubator and focusing more on the design and holistic approach, which we can look into. So World Design Organization is also doing similar kind of thing, promotion of design. But I would like to show you that one major project in World Design Organization is called World Design Capital. And World Design Capital, you have to pitch like Olympics, and then when you pitch, the group of experts see, then those who had applied for it in 2020, unfortunately they couldn't get it because much more design is required. But Valencia in Spain got it, and they mentioned in 2 years, 3 years time, the €1 which was gone into making this design capital, after 2 years, the outcome was €6. The impact of design was from €1 to €6. That is the power of design, which has really gone into it. So, all I have spoken, but I feel that designers they are not the hero of the whole product development or process development cycle, but they are important link with a multidisciplinary approach which is there, and you have to really look into not only the market which is in India, but time has come that India is really looking into the global catchment area. Now time has come that our understanding of sustainability which is there, our understanding of circularity which is there, that we have to cross the boundaries and go, not only that India is having a human resource which can provide, but I think we have to capture the outside market, and we have to eventually make a better quality of life for the citizens of this world. And end of the day, what matters is that how happy society is and how your contribution towards making the aging population, the inclusive cities which is taking care of the people on the wheelchair and less able people, and how gender equality you can bring in terms of social communication. You will see that. I want to end with this World Design Capital. I think 1 minute video is there. Is it there just to show you that how design is really making cities better place to live? And the dire need that you guys need to really interact with the city authorities to see that your creative mind, how you can look into traffic, garbage management systems, energy solutions, and I'm sure the government will be very happy to see that your contribution is really going to take a long-term impact and social impact in years to come. So all the best. As a teacher, I have to say something, but I think have fun 3 days of learning in Ahmedabad Design Week, and it's amazing place. I think I was just telling Dr. Chidambaram that UIT was having the largest number of design students in the country, and the way these students are really shaping up is incredible. So congratulations to the management of
Design is everything. Design is everything. Design includes everyone. In a world where boundaries often divide us, World Design Capital 2024 is breaking new ground, following the World Design Organization mission to strengthen economic, social, cultural, and environmental development through design. A new chapter unfolds with Tijuana being the second city from Mexico and San Diego being the first city in the U.S. to be selected. San Diego Tijuana is the first ever cross-border region to be designated World Design Capital. This is no ordinary designation. This is a turning point for our region, a global spotlight that will shine on our diverse, multicultural community. A platform that connects and strengthens our community networks and cross-border collaboration. A transformative movement. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A resounding call to action. An open invitation for our community to effectively use design to solve our most pressing problems and offer solutions that will improve our society for future generations. We believe that design is a powerful tool for transformation and a mindset enabling us to address real-world challenges in our communities, such as climate change, migration, homelessness, education, and transportation. We're working on showcasing our region as a global hub for design, innovation, more than 50 unique community events in our WDC 2024 signature events. Design Spotlight, Design Festival, Design Experience, Design Policy Conference, Network of Cities Meeting, Convocation Ceremony. Be a part of our digital community and follow us on social media. Sign up for our newsletter to be the first to receive exclusive updates. World Design Capital 2024.
Thank you so much for bringing us up. Ladies and gentlemen, a request to kindly welcome our chief guest for the inaugural with a warm and a huge round of applause, Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan, Chairperson, School of Advanced Studies in Nuclear Science and Technology. He also is the second principal scientific advisor to the Government of India, a name synonymous to the nuclear weapons program. Ladies and gentlemen, he was part of the team conducting the first Indian nuclear test. I love the name, it is called Smiling Buddha, at Pokhran Test Range in 1974. Sir has gained international fame when he led and represented the team of the Department of Atomic Energy while observing and leading efforts to conduct the second nuclear tests in 1998. Ladies and gentlemen, I think with a huge round of applause, let us welcome none other than Dr. Rahul, the chief guest of the inauguration of Ahmedabad Society. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir is now around 87 or 88 years old. Still contributing to some of the brilliant work that India is doing.
Thank you, sir. Because we have been designing so many things, including nuclear reactors. But the design itself is an independent field. I realize after this week. Design is to take design of industrial products. The properties the user looks for in an industrial product: functionality, aesthetics, simplicity, and innovation. There is perhaps no product from a savvy to a nuclear reactor that cannot be improved by further design. Take for example drug design, which is a very important field. Drug design can be incremental, leaning on existing knowledge, but can also start having issue using the molecular structure of the pathogen. Find out what is in this active site and design another molecule which can neutralize that damaging activity of the pathogen. And in all these fields, computational design in both design and manufacture. And there is this new field of generative design, which is a method of using artificial intelligence, algorithms, to generate and evaluate multiple design alternatives and then make a choice based on inputs from the user. If you look at elements of design in general, one can ask what is the difference between design and planning. Planning applies known procedures to solve a problem within an accepted framework. Design inquires into the nature of a problem to conceive a solution for that problem. Beyond the general elements of design, there is what is called interaction design, which is interplay, as John White defined, form, function, and technology as experience. Then you also got graphic design, which is the art of practice of planning and projecting ideas and experiences with visual and textual content. There is also a theory called the chaos theory, used in physics. And this proposes that events in nature are chaotic, having no order or predictability. Not all events, but many events, occurring in a completely random way. In a similar way, creativity in high quality design is linked to chaos. When your mind is chaotic, you really come up with new creative designs. Of course, there is also what we call user experience design, UX design, which is mentioned. It is the process design teams use to create products that provide meaningful and relevant experiences to users. Design can extend to specialized areas. For example, even when we design a scientific experiment, well, that is design. You plan the various aspects of it. What are you going to measure? What is the best instrument for measuring it? That is design. Some general thoughts on design. Of course, content precedes design. Content without design may be impacted. So design without content is an absurd concept, unless you are design. Of course, there could be design constraints, which could be technical, financial, and so on. And also, when you design something, it is impossible to satisfy the expectations of everybody. Right at what you may end up is designing something which is not acceptable to anybody. Design should be for the satisfaction of the product. Well, like painters that are designers or real painters, you see something, you can make out that this is designed by that. There is design adaptation, which is a promotional strategy used by business, packaging, and other places. See, depending on the market, you have a design, but depending on the market, you have to adapt that design to suit that for the market or people who are in that market. You have to design against natural hazards. So very, very important. And in architecture, in design architecture, not just for aesthetics, but also seamless integration of aesthetics, functional structural aspects. And the functional aspects of the impact of that, the heritage and wildfire. And then is what is called performance-based design. In view of the current development and theory of technology of digital design, looking in the opposite direction for an environment that supports performance-based design of the here, creates relation environment, the narrative and the value of the information. Artificial intelligence here and artificial neural network approach can provide a way for reliability and alignment and performance-based design. All the required design thinking, the process and the number of steps, empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and not to design. This is from sample very good and of course in all these attitudes, you are thinking and designing of attitudes. And by your prejudices, which are not followed. And there is a big field, design science research, emerging of different people can read that from rocket. Science of design was developed by science. Each product requires a take for example the traditional palki or the calendar. You know, I went on a journey to Vaishnavi from Germany. Of course, I rode a horse. But there were people, talented people were going in time, very old people and women and all that. It's a terrible sight to see those people carrying these parties and having this big load, and then itself, party itself is very certain amount of load. So I said that we do science research on the party, include the design of the party. So I asked IIT Bombay, at that time I was principal scientist and they redesigned the party. If you look at the party, you go into details in the days of the meeting. And I talked to a number of these Falcon bearers. But what are the health problems emerging from carrying such loads? And it turned out that problems are shoulder strain and pain in the neck, and also low back pain and also knee. So I asked requested IIT Bombay to redesign the party. Because they did a wonderful job. Weight reduction from 60 kilograms to 34 kilograms. And it is easier to carry it. Economics, engineering, design, and then what it looks like. And this is what we should do. When you see redesign should not be limited only to aesthetics. It should be related to functionality and the strain that comes on the person. So you can design a high technology system. I talked about natural hazards, I can design large machines, nuclear reactor system for three-stage Communication design. This come up in the discussion. You have to convey the message in a proper way. Exact message, not a corrupted message. I just feel is developing very rapidly into the global industry, communication, media. Branded product, global design, typefaces, emotion provoking color, graphic design, you should over design. Reduce information on an object to be designed. Means stimulate the designer's creative imagination. You give everything, he's just a technician. But you give something, a lot of things you don't give him. And his creativity gets stimulated. And you must have the ability to generate a new image of an object from a new company design. Of course, here cognitive science human cognition can find rich knowledge in incomplete information. You give too much information, your brain stops functioning. So everything is there. What are you there for? Of course, artificial intelligence can also be used in design. And one should remember the famous mathematician called Norman Wiener. He has warned that human beings should act as a echo in their full right as a responsible human being, not as all the regular and all the evil kind of instrumentation. But when are you? What is your contribution? See, emotions. I'm just giving an example. Emotions can be conveyed through emotions. Emoji is a contraction of the word E, emoji, which is Japanese roughly translated to photograph. Put it for fun. And then of course you can understand design. The Indian design. This is a very, very interesting thing. And design is a field which will never have its completion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajgopal sir. I'd now like to call Colonel Bose to kindly help with the journal launch of UIT and also request all our guests to be part of the journal launch with UIT.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not asking to repeat. Such esteemed guests, some who said some of the most important areas. But there comes a time in the history of an institution which not only is trivial, but today, UIT is one of the largest events to be. Ahmedabad Design Week, in its conceptual start, is a dedication and ode to Ahmedabad. the first UNESCO heritage city in India. And in many ways, from the start of the National Institute of Design and so many people across either side of the Sabarmati, Ahmedabad has been a cradle for design education in India. Dr. Parekh just told us time for design, time for India is now for the world to see. Throughout the journey from the first India Design Conference 2018 to ADW 5.0, resonating Industry 5.2 and Society 5.0, thanks to President-elect Shikradubya Vyasji, who has been coming at various national meetings, speaking of and guiding us on the areas before. We've had global leaders, we have had presidents of all the corporations here, and then the journey of ADW from IDC to reach ADW 5.0. But today is a momentous day for Dubai. In line with our commitment to move forward to bring what has been part of our vision of the Prime Minister is not only made in India but designed in India. And to showcase through industry, through ADW 5.0, India able, I repeat, India able to showcase India's growing design prowess. The potential of impact India is going to make in the world of design, and some of the milestones and the history have been led by eminent speakers and on the dais. And our aim is to provide, through ADW 5.0, a compelling vision of the future design ecology. So, can we put our hands together for the launch of our international journal, Design Synthesis, International Journal of Multidisciplinary Studies. Just to spare a few thoughts, that there are very limited peer-reviewed journals of design, and therefore we were confident with our team, which I'll soon call on stage, to create a journal as an avenue for publishing cutting-edge research through multidisciplinary design. And our goal is to cultivate intellectual space and share research from diverse fields such as industrial design, visual communication, user experience, interaction design, fashion, and what have you, in this menu of design which is moving from silos to a multi and an interdisciplinary design ecosystem. We have some very, very eminent people, eminent thought leaders as part of the design synthesis, and it will be wrong if I don't name them. We have such luminaries as Dr. Ravi Bovaya and Professor Ajit Sen from IIT Bombay, Dr. Mihir Bodhi from NIT, Dr. Karen Barnes, Swinburne University of Technology, Professor Tom Luke, who is an exponent and expert in AI, and Dr. Richard Bill from Nottingham University, Dr. Divya Sindani, Assistant College of Engineering, Chennai. May I call on stage for the inaugural our Dean Academics, Professor Manisha Mohan, HOD Industrial Design, Dr. Rajesh Bimal, Rajiv, Associate Assistant Professor, Kanak Patil and Sonia Singh, who worked hard along with the Dean's team to put the website and all together. And I also invite Dr. K.K. Singh to come on stage for a group photograph with our esteemed dignitaries for the launch of the design synthesis. And we could have done it without the help of Dean Karnamati School of Research, Dr. Kishore Badashani sir, and able support of our registrar, Tariq. Please.
I also request Tariq sir, Manisha ma'am, KK sir, and of course, most of you speak for a second. Before we close the vote of thanks, there are a few paintings by Karamveer Singh that he would like to give on the dignitaries of the dais. So I request Tariq sir, KK sir, and Manisha ma'am, and also kind of hand over the paintings. Just came to the not paintings, I was told paintings, but clearly it is, I think, something that is the need of the hour, which is reminding us about the brilliant preamble of India. So, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the preamble of India to all our dignitaries on stage. Something by Karamveer Singh ji. Thank you so much for this time. Colonel sir also requesting Tariq sir, KK sir, and ma'am to pick up one and just present it. Tariq sir.
This is my research project. I have developed the calligraphy and the typography with amendment of our Constitution of India. So I have developed the typography and we can update the Constitution of India, all stages, all amendment with the convert to same 100% accurate to the calligraphy. picture by hand in 1949. And
Thank you so much, Dr. Mixing, for this. And now I'd like to call on the volunteers to begin. Colonel Surojit Bose, sir, head of UIT, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Esteemed members on the dais, guests of honor, chief guests, colleagues at Ahmedabad University, students, friends, press. It's always an honor to present and propose a vote of thanks to such august assemblage of a gathering for the inaugural of ADW 5.0. This is an epitomous moment for UIT. It has been a pride of UIT, and we have never had as much support as we ever have from a president, Sri Agachi, to move UIT higher and higher, and every stage they get many steps forward. We would like to thank our president, who focused on skill-based learning, multiple skilling, interdisciplinary nature, and all the help, blessings, and support to each and every student. In my chronology of vote of thanks, my next are my wonderful young sparks of knowledge, future designers and the future of India, that is students of UIT. Your patience, heard every speaker who have registered in larger numbers than we could ever think in all the workshops for all the 3 days. So that enthusiasm has infused and it has energized us to do much more in ADW 6.0. Karamveer Goyalji brought out the importance of typography, calligraphy, and you are either in typography or you are blind. The importance and the sharing of Dr. Sola's importance of typography all through the centuries. Uttam Pal Singh ji has been previously with us, very brilliantly joined us. He finds groups and students of future here, beyond academic universal spaces, and creating that spark in you so that you constantly innovate and re-energize. Vincenzo is talking from real experience of Detroit, USA, of what at the level in which the global Indians are showcasing themselves in this whole world, including designing CEOs. And I'm sure we have many a conversation with our transportation design and automobile students here. Satyasivanji and both of them bring out anything and everything about what is the past, present and future of transportation, which our students will be very much enthused to. Not only the entire Department of Industry Design. Sunil Parekh actually gave out a call for action. His study of data and proving a point through data is the highest way of making your point across in such a august gathering of telling us where we are, where we need to go. And that was wonderful to hear it from him. What can I say about Pradumna ji? He's been there since the start of UIT. The fact that we are talking about designing India is when the next president, and the current president-elect of a huge area of the world, or the World Design Organization, is going to be, and we are all part of this journey of credibility, put him at the highest place of the world of design. Let's give a round of applause, and we feel very proud as Indians that after so many years we have been able to put an Indian designer with a very, very great legacy on the world body. And one of my points before I get late is that besides Ahmedabad looking at 2036 to host Olympics, let us somehow try and move to all the people connected and the blessings of all the Prabhuji and all others, if we can make Ahmedabad also the design capital. We should all move in that direction. In my area, Dr. Sinamram has a very high place for putting the hard power behind India. To be recognized the world over that we cannot be seen any less than anywhere in this community of nations. Thank you very much to show both design and how we need to move forward. With this, we come to the end of the inaugural function. Our workshop starts thereafter. Thank you all for visiting the stage. Let's give a huge round of applause to all our esteemed dignitaries who have taken time out to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Bose, and I will thank you each and every one of you. Now the Ahmedabad Design Week 5.0 is open. 3 days of fun, excitement, workshops, lots of sessions for each and every one of you. Take a look at the entire plan on the website. There are also copies of it that you can get from the team of volunteers. And one more time, a huge round of applause for Team UIP, for our volunteers, for Team Inaugration,